Hi, good morning to one and all. Today we'll discuss about CMOS logic circuits. First of all, why you can go for CMOS technology. In general, we can implement digital system design or any logic gates using either NMOS or PMOS. So by using these NMOS and PMOS, we have some drawbacks, either in terms of power supply, either in terms of logic operation, or in terms of speed. So in order to implementation of any digital circuit purely NMOS logic, so we have some low resistance path existed in between VDD and VSS whenever the input is 1. Input is 1, so both transistors will be on. So we have some leakage power in between VDD and ground. So in order to avoid this, we can go for complementary form of technology, that is called the CMOS technology. In case of CMOS technology, we can use both NMOS and PMOS transistor in order to realize various logic functions. So here we can avoid the leakage low resistance path in between VDD and VSS. And here we can use both p-type transistor and n-type transistor as well as in order to design the any logic circuits. CMOS technology plays the major role nowadays in order to implement all digital circuits. It is a combination of both PMOS and NMOS circuits. So now we can see the structure of CMOS logic. CMOS logic structure consists of a pull-up network and pull-down network. So see the pull-up network and pull-down network. So in case of pull-up network is implemented only by using the p-type transistors. Pull-down network implemented by using only NMOS circuits. So both can use for common inputs. Here we can see AB to YN0. So next go for what is the combination part of both the pull up and pull down. We can connect the output. Here we can go for Z is the output. So why you can call as pull up network and pull down network. So in order to implement any logic circuit of CMOS, we can follow this structure. So why you can call as pull up and pull down means whenever pull up network is on, so it will pull up the output logic from 0 to 1. So that's why it is called as pull up network. So based on the inputs. So based on inputs, pull down network, suppose pull down network is on means it will pull down the output logical level from high to low. So that's why it is called as pull down network. So pull up network is on means so output become to 1. Pull down network is active means output become into 0. So that's why it is called as pull up network and pull down. This is the basic structure of the CMOS logic. Now we can go for how to implement the basics logic circuits like inverter and NOR like that. So now we'll see the how to implement basic gates by using the CMOS inverter. So first we can go for CMOS inverter. The basic CMOS gate is basic inverter. Sometimes university people ask about draw and explain the CMOS basic circuits or basic CMOS inverter. Both are same. So now here we can go for in order to implement any logic circuit, total structure divided into the two parts, pull up and pull down. Pull up is purely p type, pull down is purely n type transistors. Here we can go for inverter. Inverter have only one input and one output. So see the symbol and truth table. Based on the truth table so we can go for operation of the CMOS inverter. First of all, we can see how to draw the schematic of CMOS inverter. So logic circuit or schematic both are same. So here we can go for inverter have only one input means we can use one p-type transistor and one n-type transistor. Suppose we have any gate have two inputs means we can use two p-type transistor and two n-type transistors. Suppose three input gate means three p-type transistors and three n-type transistors. So that is so here only one input one and one output. So that's why we can take pull up in pull up network when use p-type transistor, pull down network we can use n-type transistor. So now we can both can give the inputs as well as the outputs. So V in is the input, V out output in output terminal is nothing but a V out. So based on the input either p-type transistor will be on or n-type transistor will be on. So based on Vin equal to 0, so before doing that operation, once you can recall the operating voltages of the PMOS and NMOS. Whenever in case of PMOS input is 0, PMOS transistor will be on. In case of NMOS input is 1, NMOS will be on. So this can all of you remember. In case of 0, PMOS is on and NMOS will be off. In case of 1 inputs, PMOS is off, NMOS will be on. So now we can go for the operation of the CMOS inverter. Whenever Vin equal to 0, so pull down NMOS transistor will be on, off condition. In case of pull up network, PMOS will be on. So whenever Vin equal to 0, P-type transistor will be on, N-type transistor will be on. So here P-type is on means whatever VDD is directly goes to the Vout. So that's why output become to 1. Q1 will be off, Q2 will be on. Whenever Vin equal to 1, so Q1 will be on condition, Q2 will be off condition. Q2 in the sense P-type transistor will be off, N-type transistor will be on. So it will become to 0 because of, so the N-type transistor will be on means the total Vout is connected to the ground. Whatever in previous voltage total will be grounded. So that's why it become to 0. So this is the basic structure, truth table and symbol. CMOS inverter. This is the operation of CMOS inverter. So now we can go for CMOS inverter implemented with switch model. So this is also somewhat important question. We can draw and explain CMOS inverter with switch model, or some other draw and explain CMOS NAND gate with switch model. So that like that sometimes university people ask me. So now we can go for switching model means transistor we can dealing with switch, replacing with the switch and what. So here we can go for p-type transistor and both transistors will be replaced by using the switch. Remaining circuit will be same. So whenever input is low, already I told Vin equal to 0 means p-type will be on in the sense closed circuits, off in the sense open circuits. So Vin equal to low, PMOS transistor will be conducted or closed circuits, NMOS will be open. See in the figure A, PMOS transistor will be closed, NMOS transistor will be open. Same way, second condition, Vin equal to high, PMOS is open, NMOS will be closed. So like that, you can based on the inputs, the transistor will act as switch, either open switch or closed switch. So this is the operation of a switch model by using two conditions. So Vin equal to 0, output become to high, and Vin equal to high, output become to low. So like that we can go for explanation of the CMOS inverter with the switch model. So that next go for CMOS transistor or CMOS inverter transfer characteristics. CMOS inverter transfer characteristics. So this is also very important. So here we can go for transfer characteristic in the sense it will be the plotted graph in between Vin and Vout. So in case of y-axis we can take Vout, x-axis we can go for Vin. So whenever Vin equal to 0, so what is the output of inverter? So 5 volts, that is the VDD. VDD in the sense 5 volts. So Vin equal to 0, VDD equal to 5 volts. So Vin equal to 0 in the sense T1 will be off, T2 will be on. And T1 in the sense NMOS, T2 in the sense PMOS. So input is 0, PMOS will be off, NMOS will be input is 0, PMOS will be on, NMOS will be off. So like that we can go for, first we can go for, can get the output become to 5 volts. Vin equal 0, output become to 5 volts. Whenever coming to the last stage, Vin equal to 5 volts, Vout become to 0. In the sense Vin equal to 5 volt means PMOS will be off, NMOS will be on condition. NMOS will be on means the output become to connected to ground. So whatever voltage totally grounded. So output become to 0. In case of middle, that is the Vin equal to 2.5, at the time both transistors will be parallelly on condition. So now you can see the T1 T2 will be saturation, so lightly saturation. At the time we can go for both will be on condition partially. So output will be in case of in the form of undefined state. So already we discussed about in logic levels of CMOS. So whenever input is undefined state, output also undefined state. So this is the CMOS transfer characteristics. Next go for CMOS NAND gates. So CMOS NAND gate generally you can take as the two input CMOS NAND gates. Here AB is the input and Z will be output. So whenever the inputs are more than one, we have some formula. In case of NMOS, A dot B means we can use in series connection. A plus B means in connected in transistor in form of parallel. In case of PMOS technology, A dot B we can connect it in parallel, A plus B we can connect it in series. In the sense, NAND operation we can go for PMOS, we can go for a connected in parallel, NMOS will be connected in series. R operation we can go for PMOS connected in series, NMOS connected in parallel. So that is the one of the simple formula in order to implementation of the CMOS logic circuits. This formula can remind the entire subjects or unit. So now we can go for two inputs. So here we can go for what is the equation for NAND gates? A y equal to or z equal to a dot b whole bar. A dot b in the sense, in case of PMOS connected in parallel, NMOS connected in series. Parallel in the sense two transistors connected in parallel. So here see the diagram A, Q2 Q4 connected in parallel, Q1 Q3 connected in series. Suppose we can go for 3 input NAND gate means Q2 Q4 Q6 will connected in series, Q1 Q3 Q5 connected in series. So like that we can go for in case of PMOS we connected in parallel, in case of NMOS connected in series. So the inputs are connected in same AB. Whenever AB equal to 0 0, Q1 Q3 will be on, Q2 Q4 will be on condition, because of PMOS transistors are on whenever inputs become 0. So like that you can go for output become to 1. Whenever AB equal to 1 1, Q2 Q4 will be off, Q1 and Q3 will be on. So pull up is off, pull down will be on. Pull down is on means pull down the output become to 0. So like that you can go for complete operation of NAND gates. Now with the same way we can go for switch model for CMOS NAND gates. Suppose you can see in C diagram, figure C, A equal to high, B equal to high. So both pull down will be closed circuits, pull up will be open circuit. Output become to 0. There is no chance to VDD to V out. So output become to 0. So next go for CMOS NOR gate. CMOS NOR gate is the construction is reverse of the NAND gates. So now here PMOS will be connected in series, NMOS transistor connected in parallel. So same way 0 0 means PMOS transistor will be on, NMOS will be off. P series on, so that's why it will become to 1 whenever you can go for 0 0. Suppose 1 1 means you can go for output become to low. 1 1 means PMOS will be off, pull down will be on. So that's why you can go for output become to low. So see the schematic and the truth table and the symbol for CMOS NOR gates. Same way we can go for CMOS AND gates. In previous slide we'll see we saw the CMOS NAND gates. So NAND gates plus inverter we can get the AND gate anamata. So NAND gate plus inverter we can get the AND gates. So that is here. First we can draw the NAND gate schematic, plus we can connect it to the inverter, we can get the CMOS AND gates. Same way CMOS OR gates. Now we can go for what are the advantages of the CMOS compared to the NMOS and PMOS. So the mainly the following advantages are available in case of CMOS. So first one, high operating speed, low cost, very low static power consumption, and high degree of noise margin. Operating speed is high compared to the NMOS and CMOS, and the lower sessions are relay based first generations and all existing methods. Compared to existing methods, CMOS technology have high speed of operation. And also, in order to implement the CMOS logic circuits, the cost also very less, and low power consumption compared to the NMOS and CMOS. And noise immunity also. Noise immunity means the resistance power of the CMOS circuits have high. These are the major advantages of the CMOS logic. Next, go for what are the applications of CMOS logic. These are the two more questions. What are the advantages of CMOS logic and applications of the CMOS logic? What are the basic structure of the CMOS logic? What are the applications? Application in the sense where you can use the CMOS logic in real-time applications. Integrated circuits in the sense ICs. We can implement the ICs in the terms of microprocessors, ALUs, adder, subtractor. All those belongs to the integrated circuits. And data converters, analog to digital, digital to analog converters, transceiver communication systems, transmitter and receiver sections, image sensors, and logic circuits. So these are the different applications. All whatever we can use. These are the general. So now we are also concerned for home applications, communication applications, military applications, medical applications, automobile applications. Everything we can use the CMOS technology. So this is the basic description about CMOS logic. Okay, thank you one and all.